Welcome everybody to the 29th episode of the Dynamics. Let's just fix that up. Welcome to the 29th episode of the Advanced Dungeons and Dynamics 365 bare bones configuration live stream, where we're configuring Dynamics 365 finance and supply chain management from the ground up, and we're doing it in a fun way. We're doing everything in the context of Dungeons and Dragons in the realm of Faerûn. What we've been doing over the past 28 episodes is building up the system, and we started off with a blank system, configured all the base configurations. Then we created the ledger, we did the general ledger, we created the cash bank management, and now we're working through the accounts receivable area. So what we're doing is where in the previous episode, if you go back and if you look at all of them, then in the previous episode, then what we were doing is we were configuring the credit and collections, or some of the credit and collections, not the advanced credit and collections in the system. And where we left off, we'd gone out and we'd created some agings, and we were managing the credit through that. Today we're going to have probably a shorter session. We're probably not going to go the full half hour that I'm planning, or that I normally plan. But you'll get what we're going to do today is we're going to finish off the credit area, or the basic credit, and we're going to create collection pools and some collection letters, and then look at some customer statements and see how those work. So let's rock on and see how that goes. So what we've got is here we've got the base lab environment, so the same lab environment that you could use if you want to, or you can go out to Lifecycle Services and you can download the virtual machine for free from there if you don't have any sandboxes, and you could actually follow along and do all this. Let me just get a coffee. So what we did is, if we go into the credit and collections area, and if we look at the customer credit and collections, then what we've got is, so far we've got all of our customers set up, and we've got our balances associated with them, and we've got aging period definitions. So we're these are actually aging pretty well, and they're still in the 30-day mark, because I was only last week that we went out and created these invoices, but you'll see these move forward through the process. Now, what we're following through is we're following through the bare bones configuration guides, and again, we're on the collections management area. And what we did is we worked through the collection, viewing the collection statuses, which is where we were, and we were filtering out some of the information. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go out and we're going to move to the next task, and that is let me make that a little bit bigger. That's the creation of collection pools, and I'll make sure I say that right. And what this does is this allows us to segregate out our customers into groups, but so that we can allocate different groups of collections to different people. So what we're going to do is we're going to create some simple pools, and we can talk about some other ones in a second. But we're going to create one where we just have the customers from A to M, and then also from N to Z, or Z, depending on how you want to say it, as sort of collection groups. And then what that will allow us to do is that will allow us to filter based off this based off the pool that we've got here in the system. So if we look at the server, then we've got all of our customers, and we've got the pool showing up here, but it's not enabled. So what we're going to do is we're going to change that, and we're going to create these customer collection pools. So I can what I want to do is I want to go into the customer pool maintenance area. And that's in credit and collections and setup. So I could access this from here, or I could go into credit and collections and setup and go into the customer pool. Both take us to the same area. And we've talked a lot about that I like to use the menu search, but sometimes I move over to the menu if I want to go and find some information. So these pools that we set up are really just a filter. So I'm going to create a couple here, and I'm going to create one that's for all customers. So these pools don't have to be mutually exclusive. They can overlap each other. And I'm going to save this, and then I'm going to go into the pool criteria. What I'm going to do is I'm going to say that I want all customers to be included here. So notice we've got all of the search criteria that we can take advantage of. And we could go out and we could have collection pools or collection groups based off the customer group or by sales group or by name, which is what we're going to do in the next area. So customer name is, let me just look at this. Okay, so let's remove this and see. Okay, so that worked. So what this has done is this, that we've now got a sort of like a filter for our customers. And I can go out and I can preview this, and I can see all of the customers that match this. So let's go out and create another one. We've already got one here. And what I want to do is I want to go A to M. And this is going to be all customers beginning with from A to M. And this is going to be a collections pool. And which is interesting. I've never noticed this pool type, and we may go in and test this here. So let's save that. And then we can go into the selection pool. Now, I want to go out and now say that I want every customer from A to M, or actually it should be anything from a number to M. So I'm going to do 2 dots and an M star. So that's a wild card that says everything up until a customer name that starts with M. And I can save that. So let's remove this because this seems to be adding a problem. I'll try something else. Okay. Let me try this once more and save it. If this doesn't work, we're going to, okay, let's go back to here. And this customer area down here is giving us a problem, so let's remove that. And let's preview this pool. So this is going out and it's now found Mr. Sura, which is one of our customers. So if I go back and if I look at my customer pool, then this is because all of the other items start with T. Now I might change, I think I'm going to change this because we've got the full name, and if we've got a whole lot of establishments with a T in it, with D in front of it, then they're all going to be grouped together. So let's, I'm going to change what I want here, and I'm going to change the selection criteria. And because I've named my customers with their name, then I'm going to change the customer group, and I'm going to look at this. And let's go back here to the selection criteria. And again, remove that customer name, which is causing the problem, and run this and preview this. And now what we're doing is we're finding the customers by the customer account that goes from any number as a starting point to M, including everything after M. So let's stick with that, because that seems to work really well. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to create another one. So I'm going to go from N to Z or Z. And this will also capture anything after Z as well, but it's a good selection. So let's save this, and then let's go and change let's remove this customer name, because that keeps on causing a problem. And I'm going to go N star, and I'll put the 2 dots afterwards. So that's saying anything beginning with M, N, and with the letters after it going to the end. So let's preview that. So let's remove this. We'll just check this once more. So let me preview this. So that's not actually finding that. So let's go and change this collection criteria again. Oops. Remove this. Let's just try the ... there. And because the customer name is giving us a problem, let's remove that, go OK. Okay, so that has now found the stalwart stag and the yawning portal. Now let me just check something. So what this is, what we've got is we've now got our customers here. For some reason, the melting pot isn't showing up here in the A to M. So let's change this. And let's say I want to go from M to N. Okay, so that's actually found that. So this is going out and it's finding everything up until N. There's probably not going to be a customer account that starts as just N. So now we've got all of our customers coming through. We've got our first group, which is A to M, and then our second group here, which is N to Z, and we can preview that pool. So we've gone through and we've done a little bit of jimmying around that to manipulate it. Now, if I go back to the documentation, we've created this area, but what I'm going to do is I'm also going to create one more for any of the customers that are over 180 days past due. We may change this and make it 30 days past due within the system, but this is going to be a little bit different, because what we're going to do is, instead of searching based off a name, we're going to go out and search or filter based off the amount that's due. So let's go and create that. And I'm going to create one more aging here. And let's change this to 180. Let's get they use DSO for days something outstanding. And what we're going to do is we're going to say and save that. So now what we've got is we've got our 180 days. And what we're going to do is we're going to change this. And I'm going to again, let's remove this customer. And now what I do is I say, I want to go out and choose the 90 days plus from our snapshot, and I want to use the 30, 60, 90 day balances here. And then I want this to be greater than 0. So what I'm doing is I'm saying in the 90-day period, I want anything greater than 0 to be added here. So I'm going to save this and preview this post. And so this has gone out and it's found all of these. We may want to go out and tweak this and just double check on this. Amount due balance. Let's go and just select this once more. Let's remove that. And I'm just going to try one other item here. And save this. Our customers. What I'm doing here is I found instead it's gone out and it should be just finding the outstanding balances. Now, if we go out and if we modify this, and let's change this just to the 30-day. Then I'm just going to see if we modify this, select the criteria, remove the customer. Okay, so we had a slight technical difficulty there, but we're back up and running. Let me just push this here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete that and then save this. And let's look at the periods. So now what it's doing is it's actually going out and it's finding the balances that are 30 days or just in the 30-day bucket. So what we could do is we could have a collection period here for 30 outstanding balances if we want to. I'm just trying to get there. So let's go back and having some network issues, but let's continue here. So let's change this back to 90 plus. And then go back and change this collection pool, remove the customers, and save that. So now we've got a collection pool. So as we get orders or invoices coming out here over 180 days, then we can go and modify this. So since this is taking a little bit longer than as we're working through, then let's go out and not move on to the collection notes, and we'll create one more item here. And let's create a collection pool for taverns. So this is now for the taverns and inns, and I'm going to change this, and let me remove the customers. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to choose from my groups my taverns customer group. So I can save that, and now if I look at those, then what we're going to see is we're just going to see the taverns. So we're going to see the Fiery Dragon, the Melting Pot, and then the Yawning Portal as all of our customers here. So what we've got is now we've got a number of different ways that we can go out and filter out our customer groups. So if I go back and then go back to my credit and collections portal, and let's see, then we've got all of our customers here, but our pool isn't showing up. So this brings me back to where we were over here with the aging balances. I'm just going to try something, and I'm going to create a let's edit this, and let's delete the taverns, and let's try something. Let's put this back in. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a taverns aging. Because what we're going to do is we're going to let's do the aging snapshot, and let's test something. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to create another pool here that is for the taverns. Remove the customer name. Go OK. And then we can save this. So now we've got a taverns aging snapshot here as another type. And I've actually never seen this pool type show up. So what if I go back over to here to the customer balances and look at our aged balances, then let's go down here. Then we don't see the pool showing up here, but let's go and create the aged balances here. And now what we can do is we can go out and create a snapshot for the 30, 60, 90 for the days. And I'm going to create one for based off the pool. And it doesn't look like this is a required field. But if I now go out and create it for all the taverns, and we'll create it till the end of the month, then now when we go back to the credit and collections, yeah, it's still it's not showing up there. But we're going to sort of do some let's look at the aged balances here. And this is interesting. It doesn't, maybe it's doing something different, or maybe it's for the advanced stuff. So I sort of digressed a little bit of a rabbit hole as we were going and creating this. Or let's try one last item. So I'm going to try to create an aged report here. And again, there's no customer pool showing up. So that was a little bit of rabbit hole as well. So what we did is we went out and we've created these the customer pools, and we created them for the different groupings that we've got here, and then also for the aging snapshot, which we still have to work out what that actually does from a snapshot standpoint. But what we've got is we've now got all of these different ways that we can go out and we can look at the agings and preview them. So what we're going to do is we're going to stop there, and there's actually more content here than I thought there was, and in the next episode we'll finish off the credit and collections, because what we've got is the next item on the list is to talk about the collection letters and configuring collection letters and the different levels of collection letters that we can set up. So that'll be episode 30. So what we'll do is we'll stop. I'll let you all get back to your regularly scheduled work that you may be doing. And if anyone has any questions, then don't hesitate to go out and just contact me. You can add chats in the YouTube or LinkedIn or Facebook or wherever you're watching this from. And hopefully this was interesting, and we'll move on to the next area of collections in episode 30. And if anyone's interested in supporting the channel, then you can look up, and at the Patreon site, you can go to patreon.com/ADND365, and you can support us as just a follower or a benefactor, or depending on what you want to do. And if you want to find all of these guides, then you can go to ADND365.com/start, and then you're going to see all of the guides that I'm actually working through published there, and you can go out and start using them yourself. So hope this was interesting for everyone around the collections area, and we'll meet at the next live stream.